6 months ago, American dealers watched boats on their lots lose value overnight. Chinese manufacturers stormed in, offering new models for up to 40% less, fully rigged and ready to launch. For some buyers, it looked like a golden opportunity. For US boat builders, it spelled industry panic. If you thought tariffs or brand loyalty would stop the crash, you are about to see why nothing is working, and why what happens next could reshape boating in America forever. By 2023, China controlled more than half the world's shipbuilding output, a leap from less than 5% 2 decades earlier. That kind of scale does not just matter for oil tankers and cargo ships. It is reshaping what shows up at American marinas and who gets to sell it. US boat brands like Tracker and Lund once set the pace in entry-level fishing boats. But as prices doubled from 2010 to 2023, many quietly pulled back from the budget end of the market. That left a vacuum. Chinese manufacturers moved in, offering fully equipped boats at prices US builders could not match. For local dealers, the math changed overnight. Chinese factories in places like Qingdao can turn out 50,000 boats a year, 10 times what a typical American plant manages. That scale lets them offer dealers fast shipping, low minimum orders, and margins that are hard to ignore. Some dealers, squeezed by slow-moving US inventory and rising interest rates, started adding Chinese boats to their lots, or even dropping American lines altogether. The result is marinas across the country now stocking unfamiliar brands, and longtime US suppliers watching their market share erode. Industry analysts warn this is not a blip. It is the start of a new era, with American jobs and dealer networks on the line. The shockwaves are just beginning to hit. The next battle will be fought over price. A 19-foot aluminum fishing boat from a Chinese manufacturer arrives in the US, fully equipped with motor, trailer, and electronics, ready to launch for $18,000 to $22,000. Compare that to a bare-bones American model, same size, from brands like Tracker or Lund. The sticker reads $25,000 to $35,000, and that is before you add a trailer or basic electronics. The math is even starker with pontoons. A Chinese-built 20-foot pontoon, loaded with seating and a factory-installed outboard, lists for $28,000 to $35,000. American equivalents, stripped to the essentials, start at $45,000 and climb past $60,000 once options are added. Dealers say customers walk in, see the price tags side by side, and think there is a misprint. One dealer put it bluntly. People ask if the Chinese price is for the hull only. When they realize it is the full package, their jaws drop. These are not isolated deals or fire sales. Across the entry level and mid-range, the gap holds steady, 30 to 40% less for a boat you can use the same day. The question on every buyer's mind is simple. How is this even possible? The answer lies deep inside the numbers. Chinese boat factories operate on a scale American builders cannot touch. In cities like Qingdao, a single plant might turn out 50,000 boats a year, while a typical US facility manages just 5,000. That kind of volume means Chinese manufacturers buy aluminum, hardware, and electronics in bulk, cutting per-unit costs dramatically. Labor is another major lever. A welder in China might earn $3 an hour, compared to $25 an hour or more in the US. For a 19-foot aluminum fishing boat, welding alone can cost $3,500 stateside, and less than $500 in China. Multiply that wage gap across every step, from upholstery to finishing, and the savings stack up fast. How can US builders compete? Vertical integration is also a quiet force behind the price war. Many Chinese builders own their own aluminum mills, trailer plants, and electronics suppliers. Instead of sourcing parts from dozens of outside vendors, they keep much of the process in-house. That cuts out middlemen, reduces shipping costs, and shortens lead times. It also lets factories standardize production and tighten quality control up to the point of delivery. Government support nudges the whole equation. The Chinese government treats boat exports as a strategic priority, Direct subsidies are hard to trace, but analysts point to tax breaks, discounted land, and low-interest loans that help factories ramp up production and weather price swings. Those advantages make it cheaper to invest in new lines and to keep prices low during slow months. Discount effects keep stacking. The yuan's lower value against the dollar gives Chinese exporters a built-in price edge on every sale. Add in lighter regulatory burdens, fewer workplace and environmental rules, and less red tape, and the cost gap widens further. For American brands, that stack of advantages looks almost impossible to match. Every dollar saved in China is a dollar American builders cannot easily recover, no matter how efficient their factories become. A brand new Chinese fishing boat looks sharp at the dock. The paint is glossy. The electronics light up. The price is hard to believe. But for many owners, the real test begins after the first season. Under the deck, the aluminum hull is often thinner than what American brands use. Marine mechanics point to welds that are not as consistent and hardware that feels lighter in the hand. The difference is not always obvious on day one. After a few years in salt water, corrosion can set in faster, especially around fittings and seams. Parts can be another headache. When a switch or a latch breaks, it is not always possible to find a replacement at the local marine shop. Some owners wait weeks for basic parts to arrive from overseas, if they arrive at all. Mechanics say they see more boats come in with unusual electrical issues and unfamiliar hardware. That learning curve means longer, pricier repairs. Even something as simple as a trailer tire or a navigation screen might have no American equivalent, leaving boaters stranded during peak season. Resale value brings another surprise. Data from online listings shows Chinese-made boats lose value much faster than American models. Buyers are wary of limited service networks and unknown long-term reliability. A 3-year-old Chinese fishing boat often sells for thousands less than a comparable American brand, even if it has seen less use. For families hoping to upgrade down the road, that depreciation wipes out much of the money saved up front. The sticker price is only part of the story. The real cost shows up over time, in maintenance, in downtime, and in trade in value. Choose carefully and know what you are buying. American boat makers now face a crossroads. Some are slashing costs, rolling out stripped-down models with cheaper materials and fewer features, hoping to claw back buyers on price alone. Others are doubling down on premium, betting that craftsmanship and a thick service network can still command loyalty. But the lines are blurring. In recent years, a handful of U.S. brands quietly started importing hulls from China, bolting on American hardware, and selling the finished product under familiar names. One executive admitted off camera that if we do not adapt, we are out. The result? Walk into a dealership, and it is not always clear where a boat was built or who really made it. For U.S. builders, there is no easy answer. Compete on price and risk quality, or go upscale and risk shrinking relevance. Either way, the old playbook is out the window. Tariffs on imported Chinese boats add thousands to the sticker price, but they barely dent the 30 to 40% price gap. For buyers, that means the low upfront cost is real, and the risks are real too. Before you sign anything, check the warranty in writing. Some Chinese brands offer only 1 year, and filing a claim overseas can become a paperwork maze. Find out if there is a service center within driving distance. Ask local mechanics if they have worked on the brand. Scan owner forums for real-world stories about parts delays and repair headaches. Think about how long you plan to keep the boat. Resale values often fall faster on unfamiliar models. One owner said, "Great deal today, but when I needed a replacement part, it took 6 weeks." Every dollar saved up front needs a backup plan if something breaks down later. Smart buyer checklist. Get the warranty in writing. Confirm how long it lasts, what it covers, and how to make a claim. Confirm a local service center within driving distance, and that mechanics know the brand. Read owner forums and reviews for real examples of parts delays, delivery problems, and repair headaches. Ask about parts availability and typical wait times for replacements. Consider your ownership horizon. If you plan to sell in a few years, expect lower resale value for unfamiliar models. Compare total cost of ownership, not just sticker price. Add possible repair time and travel for service. Negotiate who pays for shipping and customs for parts. Ask for specifics. If possible, test long-term support by contacting the dealer about a hypothetical repair and note the response. Today, the United States boat industry faces a crossroads between global price wars and American tradition. As China's scale and speed reshape the market, choices grow cheaper and uncertainty deepens. Who controls the future of American boating? The builders, the buyers, or the forces no one can stop? Share your thoughts below.